So let's do this. I'm going to kind of jump in here. So we're doing tonight. You might notice the format's a little different. This is kind of like my one-shot generic thing, for one-shots. Well, like I said. And tonight is very special because we're doing a one-shot of one of our players and Discord members, Jonathan Swadley. And I hope I pronounced that right. And he put out this 2-page game on itch.io called Technoshock. So we're going to play that. It's basically like a cyberpunk game, and it sounds pretty cool. So I wanted to put it out there and get it going and do the thing. And we got a small crew together. I'm very excited. So let's start off with saying hi real quick to Jason. How are you doing, Jason?
I am hydrated. You
Excellent.
should be hydrated too. I mean, after that, what else matters, really?
You do have a good solid point. Excellent. And next we have Brian, of course.
Hello, everyone. It's been a little bit of time. I've missed you all so much.
Yes, but your aim is improving.
And oh god, no, I can't even make my jokes. I'll skip that joke anyway. So yeah, it's not coming. The English is not coming. So anyway, let's skip on to last, but definitely not least, Danielle.
Hello. I've been watching your show for quite a bit now. Also been semi-active in the Discord chat. But I'm very excited to finally play something with you guys.
Yeah, I hope it is cool. So we're going to get into character creation again. This is a 2-page game. Things are going to go pretty quick, character creation wise. But I do want to take just a quick second. This is kind of I won't say a spur of the moment, but I haven't put as much time into this into prep because it was a 2-page game. But I do want to establish real quick safety tools. So we unfortunately again. I've neglected to go over the lines and veils. So we still have the X card. So at any time, anyone who for no reason or whatever reason whatsoever that's uncomfortable, put up a big X, say X card or something, and then what we're doing stops, we rewind, and it goes on without that thing. I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, attacked, terrorized, traumatized, anything that would require therapy. I don't want that to happen because of the game. So please don't let me do that. Don't let anybody do that. So again, X card is your friend. Does anyone want to throw out any lines or veils that they're, oh no, we missed it. Oh, she took off already. Oh god. She has left us already. Okay. Since I'm sure she's just adjusting stuff.
You're not supposed to X card an entire player.
Yeah, I know. It's only now occurring to me. So, does anyone have any lines or rails they want to throw out right away? I'm going to do the usual, children are immortal. So, there is no harm at all to children in this campaign. No sexual assault of any kind. That's also a line of mine. That kind of thing. Anything else that comes to mind?
Violence to animals on screen.
Violence to animals on screen.
It's okay if the big bad shoots the dog. It's not okay if we have to watch him shoot the dog.
Fair. Brian is generally cool with almost anything.
Since actually sitting in your seat now, I've actually come to have a greater understanding for when too much is too much. You don't need to have like a lot of violence and stuff to tell a good story. Is one of the things I've learned.
You've actually been very good at too much.
All right, Danielle.
Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
Yes, she is back. Yay! I thought I scared you away already, Danielle.
No, you didn't.
It's like, wow, that's a new Scott record. I gotta write that down. So, Danielle, are there any lines or veils you want to throw out there at the moment? We already covered lines of violence to children and sexual assault, veils to harm to animals. Anything else that you want to put out there?
I think it's pretty covered by the last point, but any situations where any like characters or groups are discriminated against, where you're not able to push back in any way or kind of
Well, this game is all about the pushing back. Yeah, your characters are literally those people, so you're in the right place.
Yeah, so I didn't think it would come up, but I wouldn't want to be put in a position where I felt too powerless.
Oh, sure. I mean, more than the usual being under the thumb of great corporate structures. Yeah. Fair enough. And again, remember, X card is always a level thing. Oh, I'm getting to use it. What is this? Again, I thought I magically X carded you out of the entire thing. You disappeared. I was worried, but now you're back, so I'm happy. All's right in the world. So, welcome back and all that. So let's look at Technoshock. So again, Jonathan Swadley, a player of mine in Present Dune campaign, and also a member of the Discord, been around, been doing stuff, and I love putting stuff out there for people on the Discord and stuff, and Brian does quite a bit lately, and I love hearing about all this cool stuff, and he needs to post even more of it on our Discord to keep members up to date, because we miss you. And otherwise, so we're here to play Technoshock. So I bought it. And I didn't get the $1 game off the black market or anything. I swear I put my money up, and I probably put another $1 towards Jonathan. But there we are. So this again, it's a 2-page game. The idea is I'll kind of read off the basic stuff, but I'm not going to share any of the game, even though it's only 2 pages. I still want to protect his stuff. And of course we'll be talking about it, so it's going to be hard not to put 2 and 2 together literally to get everything, but let's go for it here. So, corporations own everything, and they don't care about you. Okay, so we get that so far. That's totally obvious. You're a group of individuals called runners trying to take the power back, fighting an ongoing war for control against the wasteful opulence of power. The jam will facilitate the story, control the corporation, and play NPCs. The game is played out in a series of scenes where a group of runners will attempt to strike back at something insidious using whatever means at their disposal. It requires a 20-sided die, a pen, and some paper. You could also use a pencil if anyone uses a pencil anymore. I don't know what they do, but there's that. So let's make your characters. Given that, so this is like a cyberpunk type era game. Again, you're fighting against the man, capital T, capital M, and then
let's hold a vote. Is the corporation you belong to us?
No, it is not. It is not. We're leaving that corporation by to swelter in its own pit of despair, etc. So let's figure out what you are. So we have a trait and we have a class. So who actually has the game and already has a class in mind? Or this is a cyberpunk type game. So what were you interested in playing? We have the basic. Yeah, go ahead.
Idea.
I purchased the game. If people need the game and they're really hard up, I can buy more copies at $1 a piece.
I'm purchasing it right now.
I actually already bought it. I bought it yesterday. And I have an idea of who I want to be. His name is Florida. He's going to be beefy.
The beefy trait, gotcha.
And I want him to be a face.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Not a hitter, none of that. I want him to be a face. Because you say the thing about Florida is he came from the outback.
Oh, we're getting all the accents again. This is so wonderful. I've missed this. All right. Okay, so we have Brian has already gone over several things for us. Florida is a face, which is the class he's chosen. He's chosen the trait beefy. And these are very important. So we're going to get to stats shortly, but the trait and the class can be kind of used together to make it more likely for you to succeed at a skill test. This is called an advantage using one of these. So we'll kind of go from there. So let's get started. So put a pin in that, Brian. Now that we have your class and trait, how about Jason? What are you looking at?
So we've
No
got
pressure.
a base. I don't know. There's real temptation to go with driver again.
Yeah.
But like, so, Danielle, do you have anything in mind?
I'm just about to open up the document. I'm gonna get back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
take
I'm
your time. You're good.
happy to defer. If we're both interested in something, absolutely you can take it. I work best when I have to end up playing something I didn't think about.
This is a true story.
It's true story, which is why my skater punk somehow became group mom.
Yeah, we quickly changed that character.
Yeah, it did not stick very well, I am afraid to say.
That's fantastic.
Cool.
I'm not even sure what seeker would mean in this context.
That's a good question. I don't know. I would say it's something kind of like an investigator, like a non-hacker investigator, if I had to guess. And really, this kind of game is what do you want to be?
I was thinking of the person who gets you stuff.
Ooh, a fixer
right?
seeker. That's
Oh,
interesting.
that's fun.
So what, you're a beefy face?
Yep.
That's not just an insult anymore. That's literally what he chose. Beefy face. Brian.
The idea is that he's big and he thinks he's being suave and cool, yet he's intimidating. Is what it really is.
Something to be said for that. All right. How about Jason? Danielle, any thoughts?
I think immediately X Corp sounds really interesting.
Ooh, as a trait, very
yeah, cool. That sounds very fun. Yeah, and I tend to in most games I tend to either go with like intelligence focus or a charisma focus, but I think Seeker sounds interesting. But I'm more uncertain of class than I am of trait.
Okay. Well, and you kind of get to define what Seeker is, since we're not exactly sure. Again, I think it's some kind of investigator, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I do like the idea, like from playing off of X4, that like it'll be way like easier for them to figure out information or to already have information if we're going after a corporation. That like they will probably notice things in the surroundings that the other characters maybe wouldn't. That could be like a cool basis for a seeker.
Nice. All right, awesome. What's their name? That's the hardest part, isn't it? It always is.
Yeah, exactly. I think Anisha Arstine is a good one.
Oh, I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere. Hold on. Hold tight.
I can send it as a text in RPG chat, perhaps, or like in the chat.
Oh, sure. Excellent. Thank you. You're too good to me. Excellent. All right. So yeah, I like that combination. That's pretty cool. And that's that again. I'm going into this game with no predetermined idea what the hell's going on. In fact, the job will be something we'll be rolling, or have you guys figure out, or whatever. I think probably have you guys roll one of each part of it, so that'll be cool. So Jason, so what are you thinking then? We have a face, we have a seeker, and not that Quidditch kind either. This is a badass.
Well, then I think we're going to have to go with what every group ultimately needs when the fan hits the left behinds. And I'm going to go with a hitter.
Nice. Okay, we have information person, we have the charisma person, we have the blast a hole in you person. It's the kind of the trinity of cyberpunk, really. So you guys are doing.
We have the two people who get things done, and the one person they hug behind.
So what is your hitter's trait?
Um,
No pressure.
That's a tough call. I mean, beefy would lend itself, but we already have a beefy person.
You can still be beefy. Razor means like, you're, you have the
Okay,
weapons and do the
beefy.
weapons. The melee weapons or something like that. That'd be cool.
I'll go with sneaky.
Sneaky it is.
Ooh.
Nice. All right. So you also, along with this, each of you gets a basic runner package. So cybernetic augmentations, including each of you gets an augmented reality interface. Augmented reality, of course, for those not to know, is basically you see the world as it is. However, there are virtual reality things kind of overlaid onto it as if they're there. Think Pokemon Go, etc. But hopefully not Pokemon, because that would be terrifying as hell right now. You know what I'm
Think
saying?
Minority Report.
Yeah, that too. I like my example better, but whatever. So yes, you get that augmented reality interface. You have a comm suite. So this cuts out the oh my god, I can't get a hold of so and so, unless things go horribly, and then that's a totally different story. But you have a comm suite, and then one other piece of cyberware of your choosing related to the runner's class. So let that twist in your noodle for a little bit here. Think about what that would be. I know you envisioning these characters must be something you see as a cyber augmented type thing. Go, Florida.
So, Florida, I was thinking the best way to explain this. He's kind of got a face like, if you remember the original Total Recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the fat character and it changed. Imagine his face can do like that. It can augment itself to where he can get like bigger cheekbones, a really big cleft chin. He can augment his face. He's got a cyber face.
So is it like a disguise kit, like where it's believable, or is it totally outside the bounds of reality?
No, it's meant to be believable.
You're not going to
be. He's meant to make himself more approachable. No. He wants to be approachable.
Yeah. Jonathan is watching us right now, so no pressure. The author of the game is just watching from the chat as we speak. No pressure at all. No pressure. If we just slaughter his game, he won't cry to himself to sleep tonight at all. I know Jonathan. He will. He'll cry himself to sleep. But anyway, so yeah, that's cool. So that sounds awesome. Let's see. Anisha. Sorry, Anisha. I'm gonna get that.
Anisha.
What are you?
Yeah.
Anisha. Oh my goodness.
See, I was thinking, looking forward to like the different types of stats we can have. I rarely play in like the space of tech when it comes to like cyber tech, because I tend to play more like the face type characters, and so I kind of wanted to challenge myself.
Ooh.
And I think it would be interesting because because they are X Corp and like a seeker, so perhaps they're not the best at like hacking, but that through their like connections, that maybe they have some sort of cyberware that allows them to basically collect like encryption codes or something from their various like people from within the different corporations, and that will can like in some way help with finding information that is encrypted and like making it into something that the character can actually like use and read through.
Okay. So if you can basically see something, like, connect to it.
Down to like a hard drive with some sort of like, program within it that kind of runs it through a bunch of systems and like spits out something useful.
Implanted computer? So it's an implanted computer, essentially?
Yeah, essentially.
Very cool. Yeah, and you have all the
I think
codes that these people are using or the types, so it's already cracking.
Yeah,
That's
the types
nice.
of ways in which they encrypt their messages to each other, and that could be interesting because like we get into this like foreign space, and at least we have something that can like take these jumbled messes of messages that they like the corporations have been sending to each other, right? And like actually digests it in a way.
Nice, cool, and we'll see how that all works during play. Again, this is meant to be quite flexible, so I have some ideas with that already. So awesome! Anisha's gonna rock the house. And last but not least, we have Jason, who's already posted this stuff for me. But why don't you share what's your name? What's your cyber tech?
Name is Robin. You want things done? You talk to the Robin. You want person dead? You talk to the Robin.
Love it.
You want kiss good night? You do not talk to the Robin.
All right, that's awesome.
The Robin go anywhere. The Robin go places other people do not want the Robin to go. There is person, the Robin make person go away. There is door, no problem. And I pull out a big pink crowbar. This is Pretty Face. And as you know, Pretty Face open any door. And then there's a scene of Robin just ripping a security door off the hinges with the crowbar.
Nice. What is your cyber tech? Did you say that already? I see it, but I'm not sure if you mentioned it.
Yes. Robin sometimes gets shot at. Very, very rude, very impolite. Americans have no manners. But Robin's skin, very, very tough. Doctors say weave stuff, so Robin's skin now knitted. But it stops bullets. No big deal.
What really hurts is that Jason is Canadian, so when he says Americans are rude, he like really actually kind of means it. And that hurts just a little bit. Just a little bit. Jason, know that. I'm crying inside tonight. Probably right now. Awesome. All right, so we're making great progress. So now let's go to stats. So stats are interesting. So we have only 3 stats. Again, this is a nice, we're getting into it right away. So 3 stats. They are tech, so anything doing with cyberspace, operation of drones, machinery, computers, hacking. So Anisha, I can see that being somehow important in the sense of, grabbing data to decrypt and that kind of thing. And also vehicles. No! Exclamation point. Your ability to withstand abuse, confront authority, resist temptation. Very nice. And then last but not least, shock. The punk and cyberpunk. Physical stuff that happens in Meatspace, from social interactions to a barroom brawl. So each of these stats starts off with 1 point in it, and you have 1 in each of them, and you have 20 points to divide up between them with a maximum of 10. So if you have a maximum of 10 statistically, with the roll of a 20 die, you have a 50% chance to do the thing. So let me know when you guys are good. And while you're doing that, I'll kind of talk about tests. So tests are just like any other role-playing system.
Let me fix that. What all weird on me?
Oh no, I don't even want to look at. So
did you use tabs there?
Oh my goodness.
Use line breaks. Shift enter is a line break.
That's too funny. All right, tests. Let's go on tests. So basically, when something dangerous, dramatic, etc. happens, it's time to roll a test. You roll a 1d20, and if it's the roll is lower than your skill value, plus any advantage or being prepared, we'll get to that in a second, you do it. If not, you fail. 1 always succeeds, 20 always fails. So as I kind of mentioned before, there's such thing as advantage. Your trait, if your trait applies, your class applies to something, or something else like that I had in, you have advantage. You get to add 5 to that score. You can also prepare. If it's something you're prepared for, like you literally prepared for this exact thing, you get 5 to your score. So technically, you have a potential to get almost 100% chance of winning a given test if you are both prepared and it's something you're good at. The likelihood of both of those things happening at the same time, I'm here to tell you, probably low. Probably low, at least in this guy's mini campaign of 1 episode. So, but yeah, there's that. Others can help. Helping means you add +2 to a test. So before the dice roll, someone can help out. You add +2 to the roll, which is good. I'm sorry, +2 to the runner's relevant stat. So whatever the stat is, you +2, because you want to get under that, right? So there's that. So that's help. The bad part is if it goes bad, both of you suffer the same thing. Oh no. Yeah, you also have credits, which is basically a reroll on a failed test. You can sell out. If you fail a roll, I'll give you a credit if you'll even make it even worse. And that'll get you something better later. But what is the worst thing worth it? And finally, the last bit of stuff here is saying no. When you're in a tight spot, when all is, around you, when you're pretty much done for, there's no coming back, it's all over unless this works, you can say no. And roll a no check, and a success allows you to miraculously succeed despite all the odds. If not, then you just kind of fail, capital F, and we'll see where that goes. So yeah, so it basically represents like this stroke of luck, fate pointing you in the right direction, etc. So now, one thing I have noticed that there is no such thing as like hit points or anything like that. So I think this is meant to be very like, we're not really worried about that. You succeed in tests, you fail in tests, we'll figure stuff out, and kind of go from there. So let's, if you guys are ready, we'll just do the honor system, unless Danielle, if you want to post your things on there, let me know what you got, and then we'll do the things. So let's see here. And let's see. So 20. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so if you add everything up, you should have a 23 total of your 3 stats.
Okay.
Excellent. And then we'll figure out what the hell you're doing. Because I sure as heck don't know. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Quick, GM doesn't know what they want. Everybody level up for free.
Fair enough.
Take my character, Jessica Jones entry, and stiff upper lip.
Nice. Danielle, don't worry about you. Take your time, relax. You're doing great. No hurry here. We're good. We are good.
Okay, that's all the stats.
All right, cool. Looks good, everybody. All right, so now we just have to figure out what to do. And so,
actually, Daniel, you get 3 more points because they all start at 1, and then you add 20 to that.
Yeah, so a total of 23.
That's 11.
Okay.
Yep, you're still 3
just
short.
add 1 to each of them.
Okay.
10, 5, 8.
Yeah.
That works. All right. So let's figure out what you're going to do. I was going to do like a scenario, but then I saw like, well, Jonathan is kind enough to put all these little tables here, so why don't we make use of them and surprise me and you? Because you know how much GMs love to be surprised. Don't. But we'll continue on. So there's 3 different things we can roll. So who wants to roll the first one? So 1d6. These are 1d6s. Otherwise, we're rolling d20s. Who wants to roll the play? What you're going to be doing? What the job is?
Oh, the face will take this. Florida wants to do this one.
All right. And in theory, you're all in the Roll With Me app thing there to do the thing. Good.
All right, come on, roll for me. Oh, nope. Add 1 dice and roll. I rolled a whopping 1.
1. Oh. I thought it was. It looks like a 3.
I see a 3.
Oh, this was 1.
Yeah, last roll was by Florida was a 3.
Last roll, Jason.
Nope,
rolled
I
a
was
1.
reading. I was reading the wrong table. Yep, 3.
Oh yeah,
All right.
3.
You're
But, I
freaking
mean-
out already. This is simple stuff here, Brian.
3 would be an infiltration.
Yes.
Ooh,
Nice. Luckily, we have a sneaky and a person who can decrypt things, and then we have Florida.
And then we have Florida.
Florida was present.
I will distract everyone.
All right, who wants to roll the goods? What are you infiltrating for?
I think me rolling the corp is very narratively interesting, so I'm gonna go with that.
All right, Jason, what you got?
Let's see. That's a 2. A fussy corporate exec willing to turn.
Ooh, nice.
Damn it, we've got an escort quest.
Is it? So yeah, infiltrate. That's interesting. What is an infiltration to get a person who's turning? Like, you getting them something they need to escape? Like,
Normally,
infiltrate, drop something off?
Ooh.
Yeah, normally that's an extraction to get somebody out. Huh.
Yeah, so this is like an infiltration. So let's say whoever this is, you're getting them a security key that they're going to need to carry through on their plan to get the hell out of Dodge, abandon the corporation. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
We'll work with it. Trust the Scott on this one. Trust the Scott. When Scott talks about himself in the third person, just trust him. Trust me. How's it work? So, last but not least, the corp. What is it?
Yes. Okay.
You got this.
There, roll.
So 5.
5. Yes.
Military.
Oh.
Oh my god, I get to do my plan. Yes!
Oh gosh, I hate it when
Okay,
Brian
we're
says
gonna
that.
infiltrate the military. Oh,
A military
fuck.
corporation.
Yeah, a military corporation.
To get a fussy corporate exec willing to turn. So, okay, you'll be getting the key card. So, with that said, let's get this going. Let me just bring this up here. All right. So let me set the scene for you. I definitely want to since we have a face, let's use our face, shouldn't we? So let's set up the meet. So the meet is, let's visit the meet. So it's nighttime because it's always nighttime in cyberpunk games. Not necessarily because it's actually nighttime, but because the smog is so thick overhead that, it blots out the sun, the moon, really anything, above that level in the sky. And the only lights that you see are what's kind of reflected from neon signs and advertising blimps kind of cruising down the avenue, so to speak, the air avenue. There's noise everywhere, all kinds of music trying to break out and become the next big thing. You have people cruising up and down the streets. Where you're going for this meet, it's not the best place in the world, but it's not the worst. Middle of the road. It's strangely a cafe. And it's manned completely. Well, I can't say manned. It's creatured completely by robots. So I'm assuming, do all three of you go to the meet? I'm assuming, kind of each scope out the area with your own special thing.
Well, for Florida, scoping, he doesn't need to scope out because no one really knows what Florida really looks like because of his shifting face and the fact that whenever he goes to meet a team, he always has a large brimmed hat on, goggles, and a jacket that covers the bottom half of his face. So he's not really worried about it. He's just sitting in the cafe with a silly straw going into his jacket, and he's sipping on some cocoa.
Yeah, he doesn't stick out at all. Absolutely not. So just blending into that neon background. So are we playing this where you're already a team, or you're about to bring the team on for this job? Sort of. I'll let you say it since you're the face. No pressure.
It's going to be Florida's new team. Florida's new team.
All right. What's the name of the cafe?
Oh, wait. God.
Don't make me name it for you. Don't make me do this.
Hardwire Espresso.
Hardwire Espresso. Nice. So let's see here. I think the sneaky one would kind of watch over things and come in last. So that leaves Anisha. What does Anisha look like? What's her approach as she enters the cafe? Or they enter? I didn't get pronouns.
Was I the second one to arrive, or can I decide that myself?
I'm saying it'll probably be the second one because the sneaky one's going to wait till the end and kind of see what happens with the other poor soul that goes in first.
Yeah, no, I was more thinking that you would probably have come like way before anyone else. And just been eyeing every person who came into to see if and like probably sitting there doing some sort of like it looks like she's just on the internet or like doing something on a computer but she's just like looking up information about everyone who walks in the door to make sure that no one is there to like watch out for them or to figure out any information on the group.
Ooh, I like that.
I think she's pretty carefully sitting by far away from windows. I think she's very concerned about any prying eyes. And I found a really great picture of I'm going to send it in a bit of this. It's from a runway look where it's like this deconstructed suit with like kind of a corseted waist. And I think she's like image-wise that she's kind of playing up her ex-corp background, and she has like a choppy mullet, I think, black.
Nice, excellent. Also, not sticking out at all. Just blending.
Not at all. No.
Awesome. So yeah, again, I'm going to say that. Ooh, that's interesting. Cool. I'll have to show that.
But in a darker color scheme, I think.
That is fair. That's fair. You have to go either darker or way brighter, one of the two.
Yeah.
Awesome. So nobody knows what Florida looks like exactly. Florida makes, again, has the face, the thing going on. There's no real way to tell. So as you're kind of sitting there doing your thing, Florida walks in and everything you throw at him draws a blank. Like it's just nothing. Every now and then you'll kind of see like a minor corp come in. Like this is not where corps hang out. There are better places to do that. That are owned by corporations. You're probably spending corp script on them, like what you're paid in. Back company money goes back to the company man, as it were. Like in real life. See like early 1900s in any country, and so you're kind of watching people as they come in. Florida, I will say, generally does look. Again, he looks like he has just too much to hide, So, but again, doesn't really pop up on anything. Which for you actually might even ring a put an alarm up. Like, wow, I've got nothing.
Definitely. I think she trusts her skills enough to like be like, okay, if nothing's popping up on this guy, he does not want to be found.
Irony of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, very cool. So yeah, as you guys are both sitting there now, Florida's kind of thinking he's gotten there first and kind of scoping the place out. All the good stuff. Oh, that lady's over there working on the computer, slumming a little bit apparently. That person over there. These are like blue collar. I can't say blue collar. Cyberpunk doesn't have blue collar. You're either rich or you're really poor. But this is close enough to it, where they can actually spend a little cred on something and not die. That kind of thing. So yeah, there's like robots rolling around. I get this look like something out of like, and don't hurt me for this, but the Star Wars prequels where like, you got it's like one wheel kind of scooching around and like vaguely humanoid body with pincers and whatnot, delivering food and dropping it off, and kind of like a very robot-y kind of readout type face where I can actually put up a, image of a face or of a human or change it to like something else, etc., even as it's talking to you. Anisha will get her like 4th espresso since she's been there, delivered to the table. Robot picks up the last, it's probably one of the big ones. She's like, but I ordered the large espresso. It's not espresso, by the way. So yes, it is. So yeah, it's like this huge thing. Anyway, so doing that, definitely wired. And yeah, so that brings us to Draven. Draven.
Robin. So after making, a couple of circles around the cafe in his totally nondescript Honda Civic. Yes, it's the far future. There are still Honda Civics, and nobody notices them.
Is it a classic car by now? Is that what it is?
No. This one's only fucking. They never stopped making them. Honda is gone, but they're still making Honda Civics. And just kind of pull up about a block away, park, swipe my card at the meter, and just kind of casually make my way, not really looking at anybody, not really standing out, towards the cafe. And not really saying anything, and open the door and quickly look around to see whether anybody stands out. Whatever I've been told I should be looking for, that take notice, and then completely ignore everything and go up to the counter and order a quad espresso.
Nice. So Anisha, as Draven walks in, the little, the kind of pocket computer you're using vibrates so hard it almost jumps out of your hands. With just line after line of information. This guy is wanted all over the place. He is a bad dude. He does it all. It's like,
I did not do the thing in Chechnya.
Except for the thing in Chechnya, which I don't know how that exists in present day cyberpunk world, but Chechnya, that survives? Really? Chechnya survives?
I did not do anything.
How the hell did that happen?
I was in Ukraine doing same thing.
It's not that I didn't do it. I didn't do it there.
We do not talk about noodle incident.
Yeah, Nisha, you're like, everything, all the stuff. It's quite the resume of destruction, etc., etc. Yeah. So and just like that, also, Florida will like. There's literally a picture of him like, do not serve this man behind the counter. Also, and plus, Florida probably has, I get the impression, and Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, that Draven does not attempt to like conceal stuff. This is just that he is his resume. So I'm going to assume that Florida like recognizes him right off.
No, yeah. You know what you're looking for. I mean, yes, you're looking for sometimes attractive Russian man to certain ladies and certain gentlemen, and anyhow, but somewhat attractive Russian man who has a tool belt with like crowbar and hammer and pliers, and definitely well-worn overalls, just kind of strutting around. If you know what to look for, you know who Draven is. If you don't, you just think Draven is Woodman.
And you couldn't afford him anyway. All right. Once Florida comes back to us, what's Florida going to do?
All right, so Florida now, he's shifted his face for this mission. He now has the face that he's using. So he removes his large brim hat, his goggles, and lowers his jacket. And he has the face of a kind old man. Kind of presidential old man. And he walks up to Draven and goes, "Why, you must be Draven. Your
Oh God, no.
reputation,
No.
your reputation precedes you, son.
Oh,
My
not the
name's
bush.
Florida. My name's Florida."
Well, Mr. State, you have 3 seconds to be telling me why I should be not killing you. Go. 1.
Well, in our
2.
circles, people call me the face.
You have ugly face.
Oh God.
But you make Draven laugh. I will not kill you today.
Florida pulls out a little black book and a pen, and is furiously taking a note. Puts it back in his back pocket, and just, "Please, Draven, take a seat. I'll buy you a drink."
You'll buy me a drink? Okay. I sit down with my espresso clearly in hand, but as I say, men here says we'll buy drink. I want 8 times espresso, 10 pumps mocha, 3 pumps peppermint, half calf, half soy milk, half oat milk. Exactly 168 degrees. On him. And I'll just walk away.
Yeah, the robot, as you turn away, you don't see this, but the thing like resets itself. It's so complex, and then you see, what do you call it? Hyper special 1 large in the readout, and it kind of wheels away to the back.
Florida goes to follow behind Draven. He's just amazed by that drink order. When he's going to get back to his seat, he's actually going to put back on the hat and everything. "All right, you've seen my skills. That's actually going to be the persona. That's going to be the face I use for this mission to get us inside of that facility. I just wanted you to get a taste of what the face can offer."
Nice.
So you can make yourself be ugly, and then you can make yourself be uglier. Yes,
The
clearly.
face's pride is hurt so bad.
With face
Hurts
like that,
deep down.
nobody will look at you twice except with pity. Yes, excellent. You will lead the way.
Jason's waited a long time for this payback. So Anisha, yeah, you've spotted a dangerous operative confronting a guy who doesn't want to know what's going on, and you were invited here by Florida. Is this enough for you to decide that this is what you're looking for, what you're here for, an approach, or are you gonna keep hanging back?
I think she understood that these were the people that she was gonna meet quite a bit ago, but that she's like going over in her head if the payout is really worth it. Especially after this quite loud confrontation in the middle of a pretty public space. I think she makes her way over and sits next to them. Like, like there's still time to back out if this goes any further south.
Ever cautious. So yes, Florida, you see Anisha come by the table where you're at.
"You must be the sneaky one."
Yes, Florida, I assume.
Why, yes,
You are,
that's my name.
you are one bankrolling job. You smell like money.
Florida
Thank you.
just kind of goes to the side and goes. Pulls out $100 bill and just starts dabbing his forehead.
That's worth 4 cents in present day, by the way.
No, not you, ugly man. You think of desperation.
Oh my god.
I agree that it definitely chuckles at that one.
Go ahead, Anisha. It's all you.
Yes, my name is Anisha Arstein, and I think I reach out a hand and shake both of their hands. And you are? I don't think she's gonna let up that she remembers or like that she's searched up information about them. And so I think she looks at them like quite expectantly for them to like introduce themselves.
Arstein. I am Donovan. As they say, get things done.
Pleasure to meet you, Devin.
Miss Nisha, I happen to be Florida. In our little circles, they call me the face.
Pleasure to meet you, Florida.
You do know that all in the newspapers they are making fun of state of Florida, yes? Name
That still exists? How did that happen?
No, the state of Florida was the first to go, and you cannot.
It's part of the ocean now.
Yeah, no, it's way. It's actually a popular place for divers to go now.
That's perfect.
It's the fabled land of Florida.
Oh, Florida man is totally a different thing now. Or is it?
Oh.
All right, Florida, it's your show. You know the mission.
All right, so Florida reaches into his jacket and is going to pull out a manila envelope, opens it, and pulls out 2 copies of the same paper and hands one to Anisha. Looks at Draven, thinks for a second, pulls back the paper with the words, and then pulls out just the pictures and hands that to him.
Robin will reach over and grab the initial paper. He will then turn a bit, lean back, and put his feet up on your lap while he reads.
Oh my. A little familiar there. Just a little bit.
Florida is just... Alright, now continuing on. Now, I have called you here today because we need to get into... Bombs away. One of their top workers is ready to hand us the goods on their company to make them flop. You know, go belly up.
Haha.
Okay. Why is that concerned, Robin?
Well, this is actually going to be very good for all of us because, one, when they go belly up, we get all their money. And 2, that's just one less military company out there just causing hell for everyone out there. And Draven, I believe you can take all their weapons if you would like be so inclined.
This is among the things I am here to do.
And for you, my dear Anisha, there could also be the possibility of tons of information from other companies. So that could be another potential payout for you. Because I believe you deal in information.
It's that sort of thing.
Oh god, he my dear Denisha. Oh my. That'll get him on. That'll get him on a list somewhere.
I
And if
see
you
a
want-
pop-up notification. Like when I went into this room, there was no information on him publicly, but now there's just tons of.
No. And now I bet you both are wondering, what could this be in for the face? Let's just say in our circle, if I pull this off, I get the most valuable thing of all for myself. And that's that sweet, beautiful cred. And I get to move on up in our inner circles.
Nice.
So you're in this for money. Good.
Well,
Appreciate honesty. People who are in things for like causes or reasons or noble purposes, things always end up going bad. Somebody stops to make noble speech, gets shot in head. It's never good. And then they do not pay. Honestly,
that's a T-shirt somewhere right now, or it should be.
now, the idea of this plan is I actually would like to keep the violence to a minimum and keep the collateral damage to a minimum. Now, Mr. Draven, I did show you before one of my faces. I'm going to use that face to try to get us into the building. And I'm going to need, and then that's where you're going to come in, Mr. Draven. I need you to provide me a great distraction.
Oh my!
Are we talking about a PR nightmare for them, or something more catastrophic?
Now, why can't it be both?
Noted. I will see what I can find when we get in. But most of these
That's
fun, and that's
that is
that.
fantastic. That is perfect, because when all that chaos is going down, that is when we are going to meet our informant, and we are going to get the goods. And then try to get ourselves out of there without getting caught. Because what's better than toppling down a company than taking it down without a single dead body?
That would be pretty cool.
You are ambitious. If you want no dead body, why do you talk to Draven?
I was thinking the exact same thing, Robin.
Well, Miss Draven, it's because the type of distraction you could provide for me can be, it doesn't have to be inside the building. You can make explosions happen outside. Let's say like one of their test vehicles just all of a sudden happens to explode.
Suppose could plant bombs in gas stations.
Miss Draven, I do not want to impede you. I would like to handle this with no death, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. But use your imagination. Have fun with this.
God. That's what you want to tell us, Cyberpunk. Have fun with this.
No death, but have fun with it.
I will find ways to deal with guards that do not involve killing, if that is requirement.
Mr. Draven, I do believe you're going to be a fantastic partner. Now, just for formality's sakes, he pulls out 2 more forms and 2 pens. Now, in our circles, we are believing in trying to handle things a little more with bureaucracy. If I could get both of your signatures. And it's just a typical contract saying you will get 1/3 of proceeds from the job. But anything pertaining personal for you that could be outcome, it will be handed to you. No questions asked. And then there's a typical.
What does the small print say? Should anyone die, what happens to their share?
All proceeds go to the surviving members.
Only 1/3. We still haven't changed the contract stipulation there, so the remaining third. Where's the extra money go to? What's going on? Someone's trying to screw you guys. It's probably the face.
So we will all get even share of pay when done. Correct?
That is correct.
Excellent. I say we have reached a quote then.
Well, this is just fantastic.
And then
Pulls out a notary stamp.
I will go and make a very, very, very elaborate, fancy signature on there.
Anisha takes a picture of the document to have it stored digitally as well as physically, and then she like after signing it.
Excellent.
Of course,
Florida stamps her copy as well.
Excellent. So I'm going to assume you're going to you do all get a comm suite. So I'm going to assume you like exchange encryption codes, like to communicate with each other. And Anisha is like, oh, looking at your guy's encryption code, she's like, oh, that's so adorable.
It's like consecutive numbers all the time.
That's my briefcase combination.
I mean,
Florida's is literally just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Who saw that coming though? That's like the most secure ever. Excellent. Cool.
I mean, yes, I signed it with an absolutely fake signature, but you're too busy or stamped to notice.
Awesome. All right. So how we want to do this? Am I gonna montage you straight out in front of the place, casing the joint from across the street, or what do you want to do?
I don't think Anisha's casing would be from out on the street.
That is fair.
But I think if at least for my portion of it, I think it as long as we allow ourselves like the possibility to like jump back in time to set up an action, but I don't know if that works within this system.
Technically, it doesn't, but that is a cool idea.
Let's do it.
So,
there's a lot of things that aren't really covered. So,
was it Jason? You were cutting out really bad there.
Oh, there aren't really a lot of things covered in the system.
Well, but it does take into consideration prepared as in addition to a test. So if you do something out here, we can, once you get in there, we can say, oh, you're prepared for this. So for example, if Anisha wanted to kind of like catch what's going through the air, and try to decrypt a few things, see if there's some common keys between them, we can then we can then use that as a prepared sometime in there, at least on one skill check. Is that something you'd want to try?
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right. So let's see. Once you roll, let's see, tech, and you're a seeker.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll give you a +5. So that's your advantage. It doesn't say you can use more than one, so we're going to assume that your class or your trait X Corp would really work really well here, but we'll count one of those. So that's a +5. So what does that make yours? Let's see. So 15 total.
Yeah, that means a total.
Cool. You're our first real test of the game. Oh my goodness. All right, roll a 1d20 and try to get a 15 or less. No
7.
pressure.
Oh,
that's high.
Critical successes, are there?
There are not. There you go. A little slow in that taker. Good try. I salute you. But so this is you. Basically, you've succeeded to kind of like picking some communication traffic out. Oh yeah, they tend to use these 4 keys that are sequential prime numbers in here. Okay, put that. Okay. So for future reference, on a roll, before they decide to figure out you caught on and change stuff up, you are prepared on one of those rolls in there. That gives you an extra 5. Cool. Anyone else want to do some preparation? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Anisha.
Yes, I had one question. Because I'm thinking about can I pick up any information about what type of distraction would work well? Like, do they seem most worried about information going public, or about is that something I can try to figure out, or should we just take that when we get in?
I mean, from your traffic that you're able to catch, I'm going to say that they everything there is like a trade secret. So for any information to escape, etc., would be bad.
Yeah.
Anyone else to get their information on blueprints, drawings of various vehicles and weapons, bad.
Yeah.
Fair
Okay,
question.
great.
All right. Any other preparation from the other two of you?
I was gonna see if I can get a hold of like some blueprints or whatever, and just kind of study the building's layout, get an idea of like the security measures in place and maybe the controls. Nice, proper, good old-fashioned casing the joint. I like to know which guards are where at what times, and which corners have cameras, and which room closets are marked and which ones are unmarked.
Gotcha. All right. So while Anisha is like, I'm assuming she like rented a room or something overlooking the building and is kind of sitting in there kind of dazed out as all this data streams across her AR interface, is kind of doing her thing. From there, the camera like goes back out and then closes in on like the top of that same building, probably. Let's see what you do. So this will be like you're kind of doing a lot of observation, etc. I'll call this. I'm going to assume it's shock. It's basically, your physical stuff that happens. So you're going to kind of do a preliminary not yet infiltration, but definitely looking around, which may involve like a crossbow, throwing a thing over at the building and sliding down on a cool, whatever they call it, when you grab both of the handles and you slide down the rope. I don't know what that is, but I want to do that. Zip line, thank you.
No, rappelling is when you go down the side of the building. The zip line is when you ride between one building and the next.
Has anyone here zip lined? I have not.
Anyone want to zip line? In my grade school playground.
Yeah, I've zip lined like for at a friend's house once in their backyard.
I want to go to that friend's house. I didn't have a friend like that.
It was between
I'm never leaving that friend
and like a tree and the.
Oh my god!
Haven't seen them for a long time, but they had zip lines at most of the grade school playgrounds when I was young.
Apparently, I had crappy schools and crappy friends because I never had a zip line at either of those.
Well, then that's your fault for not being Canadian.
Oh, wow. Wow, we're going to pull the Canadian card. The Maple Leaf, are we? Let's go in there. Well, we'll see about that. We shall see. So cool. So yes, so we zoom in. We zoom into Draven. Zoom in on Draven, who's doing the thing. What is your? I kind of just gave a little zipline thing, but what is your initial like casing the joint move? What are you doing?
I mean, mostly it was going to be, how much time we had before we were going to go in. But it was trying to get hold of records, doing a few, loops around in Civic, putting on a very basic disguise as a, delivery person, and it's like, I've got somebody's lunch here, and just get in, not necessarily not far, but mostly just look around, not really doing anything, not really trying to bypass anything, just, get the lay of the land, figure out what's going on.
Cool. All right. So yeah, let's call that a shock. And you're definitely sneaky. So you also get an advantage here. So what is your shock?
10.
10. min-maxer. Like how?
Yeah.
Yes, like it's not that hard, right? So yes, all right. So 10. So yeah, you have a 15 test also to see how you do,
And I got a 4.
and you got a 4.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So
Also,
you.
just looking to pave the
Yeah.
get some groundwork done, pave the way, be prepared.
Yes, you are now prepared when it comes to things involving, like, the setup of security in there, the guard rounds, that kind of thing. Cool. How about Florida? Is Florida doing any kind of prep or just kind of waiting for the other two to get done and finishing off the triple max heart stopper macchiato?
Oh, Florida's just been getting into the character for the performance of his life.
Oh my God, what does that look like? I don't believe I just asked that question for reals, but
Okay, hold on.
Go, just go.
That's why I turned my chair around for a second. I had to get the voice ready. So Florida comes out in a beautiful suit.
Yep. Hold on. I'm sorry to stop you.
Even older face.
I gotta psych up.
This is what the first thing he says to Anisha. He looks at you with his hands out and goes, "Nancy, may I have some more jelly beans, please?"
Oh God! No one alive at this point in the timeline knows who the hell that is.
Yes, it is I, Donald Reagan, and I will be the one inspecting this military facility.
Oh my God!
I think Anisha just presses something and was like, "What? I'm sorry, I was paying attention to something else."
That's awesome. Oh God, yes. More of that.
Now Florida's just tucked into his knees in the corner. Just no one pays attention to me.
Classic. If I made clips still, I would clip that.
Just let me know when you're ready. He's just in the corner. I worked so hard.
God. You guys are slaying the hell out of me here. All right. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Draven, are you actually going in with them? I know Anisha and Florida are going in. Are you actually going in, or are you just going to go in with them and break off? What's your plan there?
Oh, I'm definitely going to accompany them. One of them looks incredibly fragile. The other one seems to have no idea what he's doing. So,
fragile compared to Draven. A bulldozer is fragile compared to Draven. In fairness.
Okay, if Draven's going in, Florida's actually going to give Draven like one of those Secret Service headsets to put on and sunglasses. And just don't say a word.
It's so far in the future that those probably aren't necessary anymore. Like you don't need to have
it's for effect.
All you get is a barely perceptible nod. But okay, if this is the way I'm going in, I'm gonna have the mirror shades and the earpiece and the impeccable black suit.
Wow.
And
I did not see this coming.
Vaguely threatening aura, I suppose.
Mm.
Just like real life.
It's like the invisible blinking neon sign that says "fuck around and find out."
And for Anisha, Florida's going to hand Anisha just a pair of glasses and a clipboard.
Yeah.
Clipboard of disguise plus 20 to disguise rolls. Yes.
Definitely.
Nice.
Anisha looks kind of like she's offended that he thinks that she would ever use a clipboard. But allows it.
Good. Awesome.
Oh Lord,
that
this
look.
is just like when we did this is just like the Vegas job.
Oh my god. I'm going to regret this accent the whole rest of the night. Oh my. Well, on that note, all right, Face. You guys stride in like you own the place. And hopefully they think you do. So you walk in, the whole front is like a glass fronted building, you know, where you see like the entire first floor is transparent up to like the rear offices and the elevators, that type of thing. The front desk that's inevitably there is manned. I say manned, but it's like robots. There's robots up there. There's robots up there kind of doing, you know, the greetings and introductions, but you do see two security guards behind the desk. And they look like tough guys. And they both have bombs away tattooed on the side of their face. Corporations like this, they own you. Why not brand you, right? Anisha's like, you know, that little, you know,
Yeah, like pushing the guy.
But yeah, they immediately see the three of you and pop up out of their seats. One goes around. They both have like automatic weapons slung over their backs, and one has like a sidearm in addition to that. Really nasty piece of material there. The thing has to weigh like 5 pounds without ammo in it, type of thing. The pistol. What do you do?
Florida, doing his best to impersonate a man that's like 100 years old, does up his tie. Hello there, son. My name is Donald Reagan, and I represent the Global United Alliance. And I am here to do an inspection of your fine facility, because we hear that some of your fine products have not met the Global United Alliance's code. And we also hear you have been developing biological weapons, and we need to make sure that you are not doing this.
Yeah, they have absolutely been making biological weapons, so that's really besides the point. But yeah, so like they look at each other. You see kind of like, you know, there's like the glimmer behind their eyes as you can see they're looking at an AR like schedule or something like that. Does anyone want to help on the roll?
I think this is a place where it would be good to help.
Probably.
I'm sure I could offer some help.
Yeah.
Ooh, in what sense?
Very, very official, and I can definitely kind of be backing up Florida and just kind of lending my aura of not nearly so easy to push around, maybe giving Florida some extra confidence and a sense of invulnerability.
All right, we'll save Anisha's help for soon. I assure you.
Yeah.
I assure you. Anisha will be a big helper. So yes, when she's not doing her own thing. All right, so that adds +2. So yes, this is another shock roll. You're trying to. This is a social interaction, so it's shock. Your face definitely adds to the roll, so you have a 5 in addition to what your shock is, and the help adds another +2.
Okay, I have a 9 in shock.
Excellent. So it's 16, right?
16 plus 5 plus 2?
No.
Yep, 16. 9 plus 5 plus 2. 9 plus 5 plus 2 is 16. I said that the wrong way.
No pressure. No pressure at all, but lots of it. All right. Wow.
I rolled a 6.
Wow, this random number generator is really just amazing for you all today. I think it's fixed. I'm going to have to contact this for this.
Good thing we're playing Technoshock where we want low rolls.
Yeah, you're badasses, really. I mean, so it makes sense. So yeah, the guys kind of bristle a bit, but they're like, "Oh my god, it's Donald Reagan." So like, what are we going to do? We're going to say no? You know, you kind of see this thing going about like their jobs, their entire careers. There's that really tough looking guy that looks like he could totally just, you know, break them in two and drink their blood out of each end, you know, type of thing. Like out of like that Godzilla movie. Did you guys see Godzilla versus King Kong? Definitely go see it.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, but so there's that. And you can see this thing between them. They're probably communicating wordlessly, maybe some like sub vocalizations, and kind of back and forth. This lasts for about 15 long seconds. As you guys are wondering, is it, you know, those are big guns, probably with big bullets. What's going to happen next? And yeah, suddenly they're like, right this way, Mr. Reagan. And they kind of wave you towards one of the elevators, and they hand each of you a pass that gets, you know, those little clippy jobbies that really haven't changed much in the days. I won't say, you know, I was like, do they implant you right away? But let's not do that right away. Let's not get that cyber here. So that would be fun. And yeah, you're kind of waved. We'll send the elevator up to the 98th floor. What do you call it? Dakar will be expecting you. And yeah, so
I'll get a barely perceptible nod.
Do I know who this person is from the research I've been doing?
Ooh, good call. Probably not, because your research was more on like how can I break their stuff. So now you can actually scan the radio waves now. So you want to make a roll and see what you can find?
I do.
Awesome. So yeah, this will be like before. This will be tech again, because you're kind of reading the airwaves, so to speak. You're a seeker, so that gives you a +5. I don't think we want to spend your preparedness yet. Unless you feel like you want to.
I don't think like it's narratively correct either, because because this is like, it would be nice to know this information, but it's more crucial to the job that I'm able to like.
Yeah, save that silver bullet for soon.
Okay.
You are wise beyond your years. Excellent.
That's one above.
No!
10 + 5, yeah. Fuck, okay.
So yeah, you guys are in the elevator, and you know, strangely, Muzak has not changed in the time between now and then, as you're kind of going up 1, 2, 3, 10, 14, 17, etc., and you guys are about halfway up when, and again, the Draven and Florida have no idea what the hell's happening, but suddenly there's like a little bloop, like a little red light that kind of like, you know, kind of brings a laser eye and like scans all of you, and what do you call it? Minor intrusion attempt detected. Please turn off all scanning devices. This will be your only warning.
Okay, I think I now the difficult choice is, do I actually turn them off, or do I try to roll again to see if I can?
Yeah, you do have.
Turn them off?
Yeah, you should say you do have a credit if you want to re-roll your dice.
Ooh.
Or if you want to sell out, I'll make it even worse.
Yeah, right.
I'll give you an extra credit.
How horrible would it, like, how difficult would it be to turn it back on? Do I suspect that this goes for the entire building? That, like, once it's turned off, they will notice if I turn it back on.
So what are you looking to do? Possibly use the credit, or use this, or sell out?
Just trying to see how, because if the consequence is I'm shut off from turning it back on throughout the entire thing, then I need to do something with it. But if this is like a roll later on to turn it back on, then maybe it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'll say that they're happy with the fact that, like, while you're there, it's off. But yeah, we're not going to rob you of that for the whole session or anything like that. But if you fail again, suddenly they're going to be like, "Uh-oh, we have a true, industrial saboteur here, and maybe we need to take her into custody," type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna turn it off and feel incredibly vulnerable for a bit.
Fair enough. Excellent. Cool. All right, you hit the 98th floor. The doors open up, and you literally went through 4 rounds of "Hooked on a Feeling" in the music, and you're just if the doors open and there was gunfire, that would be okay. Anything to get rid of Blue Swede and get the hell out of Dodge here. So, yeah, but yes, thankfully you're out.
Could be worse. Could have been What's New, Pussycat.
Could it be worse? But the point is, yeah, and I would say Anisha, being ex-corp, would realize that it's specifically like that to put potential negotiators and whatnot off balance and irritate them. Makes it harder to kind of close that deal when you're like freaked out by like having to listen to the same music over and over again. Total psychological warfare. So we are at our halfway mark already. Wow, you guys are cruising along. I'm impressed. So we're already at our halfway mark. So why don't we take our 10-minute break? We'll come back and see what's going on from here. I'm very interested to see how this goes. I'm really more just a spectator here, which is great. So yeah, let's find out what happens when we get back. But in the meantime, let's take our 10 and we'll be back shortly.
Trauma.
Yes, we'll talk about Bedlam Hall later. There's more trauma to come. But yes, all right, we're back with Technoshock from Jonathan Swadley. I think I called him Swad before, but that's only because that's what he's known by. But Jonathan Swadley, creator of Technoshock, the game we're playing. So yes, awesome. We left our people getting out of that elevator on 98th floor. And you're basically in what looks like a bunch of conference areas. Like this is the negotiation floor or something like that. The suite of negotiation, if you will. So yeah, tell me what you're doing.
Okay. I have to do this since you said this is the negotiation floor.
Oh,
as Florida was coming out of the elevator... His hair took on his hair became gray and curly. His face kind of went on more of a little plump, and he has black glasses now.
Oh my goodness.
He walks up to the counter.
I don't know where this is going.
And he goes, "Hello there. My name is Henry Killinger.
Oh my God.
I'm here to negotiate. Please, lead me."
Everybody is so lucky I'm wearing these sunglasses now so they cannot see how far my eyes have rolled back in my head and gone all the way around and rolled so far back and now forward again.
Well, the guy the suit that comes up to you, he looks a little confused because he was expecting Donald Reagan. So he's like, are the guards high? They sent him up with a level 7 Sigma security badge. So I suppose I'll process them like that. By the way, Anisha, you feel I get the impression that like your cyber kind of tells you when you've like shifted to a different wireless access point type of thing, and you've definitely, since you were on there, you've switched. So likely if you turn your stuff back on, it would not be noticed at this time.
Fantastic. I'm going to do that. Do I need to roll for it?
No, this is all internal stuff. You haven't really interfered with the wide world or anything like that, so you're fine.
Okay. Honestly, if he was able to get away with completely switching identity, then I feel a little. I'm like, is it worth it to try to figure out the information when he probably can bullshit his way through not knowing that too?
There is that.
But no, I think she will at least be looking around for clues in her environment if she can, and if there is, like, if it's relatively clean, then I'm going to continue thinking about what her next step will be.
Okay, but you're popping your passive equipment back on like it was before.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, I imagine the other two kind of see a slight change in the meter from like completely like the equivalent of being unarmed to suddenly back in the element type of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna take in the tactical environment, taking a look. Are there exits? Is there cover? Can we go around corners? What can I hide behind? How many people are there? How many look like they're guards? What do they seem to be packing? Just kind of, if things go sideways, and of course they will, I mean, Brian's here, then I just want to be at least some semblance of prepared, unlike Brian.
Excellent.
The face is going to signal for Draven to come in a little bit closer. All right, Mr. Draven, I'm going to need you to listen close. When I give this signal,
Oh my god.
I want you to head on out and proceed with distracting.
Oh my god, we almost got an idiot spit take out of Danielle there. So close. So close.
You want me to head out of the room with you and make destruction?
No. You're gonna go off by yourself and make the distraction. So remember, this is your signal.
And what is distraction for? What is covering for? It will help inform type of distraction.
Well, because since we're in the negotiation rooms, they're gonna be spying on us with the papers. How am I gonna get the goods if the papers are on us?
The cameras will still be looking at you even if I am outside making the.
That's step one. That's step one. Get you to get the people looking at you. Then step two, we're gonna have Miss Anisha disable all the cameras. Then step three, I get the goods.
So for the sake of argument, I'll say this is happening in a combination of your sub-vocalized stuff and AR. So.
Make distraction to get people's attention off of you. But I haven't had an idea. Do you trust me?
Oh
wow.
Mr. Draven,
Never mind, does not matter.
I know you have the skills to pay the bills. So you do what you do best.
That's another. We're just making up T-shirts here. The skills to pay the bills. God, where is Scott's Case Files swag when you need it? Right? Jesus. All right. Yeah. So there's a suit that again, guy kind of like looked you up and down as you came in, decided that you had the proper the clearance badges. So like a corporate drone, you follow the protocols. Person has a level 7 Sigma badge on, you give them all the good stuff. So you're taken to a very prominent like negotiation room. This is like an in the round thing with like a speaker in the center and like the equivalent of like a holo emitter type of thing where you can show your presentation, the future of PowerPoint. God only knows what that is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like waiting for you are the nicest things. There's like literal caviar and champagne and the ice from the last glaciers before they melted and that kind of thing.
They're quite literally selling ice from one of the icebergs near where I live. So very very on point with. Ooh, that hit me.
Ouch! I didn't mean to bring it there. Awesome. So yeah, you're all set. You're like, there's the guy in front of you. What did I can't remember what the hell I named him.
None of
I
us
thought
remember
was it
either. Just go
Doggin?
with it.
Doggin. Yeah, it's Doggin. Doggin is has a couple underlings of his own, and they're one is mostly cyber. It looks like this person is hardwired into the building. He's so cyber. He's like part of the building. And the other one is very much a yes man, literally there to say yes, and agree with him all the time. But yeah, they're both kind of following with you, and you kind of see Dragon. He kind of gets to read out. Okay, read out. Okay, yes, sir. It looks like you're here to question some of our products, do an inspection. We are prepared for the inspection, but we're told the next one is coming next week, Tuesday. Is this a surprise inspection?
All right. Now taking on his persona of Henry Killinger, Florida comes up, adjusts his glasses. Gentlemen, I would just like to start by saying, your welcoming is just like the contents of this ice bucket. You are cold as ice. I am here to just do a simple inspection.
That's a song.
Yes, yes, we are here for a simple inspection. Yeah, and we are early by a week, but I was told this would not be a problem.
Well, yes, no, sir, no problem at all. We just want to prepare things well for you. We normally have a suite so that the inspector can stay overnight and have no issues with completing it in a timely manner without straining themselves. We know that the inspectors, and you can already tell he's already basically admitting to bribing inspectors. Oh yes, and all the worldly needs you might need are up in that room, and et cetera, and he kind of goes on this again. Yes, they pretty much get by on bribing and blackmailing inspectors. That much is obvious to anyone of all three of your backgrounds. But again, they're not trying to make it real subtle either. We do have a suite prepared, but not for three. And he kind of points to Draven. Are you two with each other? We have a suite with 2 rooms.
You do not need to worry about my compatriot here. He doesn't even take up much space. He just needs a corner to stand in to sleep.
He doesn't even.
I just put a blanket over. I just put a blanket over his head. He will be fine.
You can already you can see the guy who's like hardwired to the building is already making a dossier. Fetishes, blanket over partner. Noted.
If anyone here is familiar with the Netflix animated Carmen Sandiego, I'm making that Shadow Sand always does.
I'm not, but I will take it.
I know.
Okay. So, Draken, or whatever the hell I name him, he begins with the normal presentation here at Bombs Away. Perfect. Here at Bombs Away, we pride ourselves on the not only the efficiency but the detonation radius of our ordnance. And next thing you know, you're getting the whole slideshow. Everything's going AR on you. It's something out of Tony Stark's fondest dreams type of stuff.
Mwah. Oh, excuse me. I appear to have sneezed.
Oh, he's like, he said he wants more. We have to get the long presentation going. Okay, it'll be switch sides here, and we'll get you going here, and we'll start the actual inspection shortly. I assure you.
Have I been able to, or can I make an attempt to figure out, from what they're telling us about the company through the presentation? I want to try to figure out some information about like what seems to be like the breadwinner of what they do. Like if there's a particular type of gun or like something that they seem to be making a lot of money on, that if, for example, if like some dubious information about it were to come out, that would have like the biggest possible financial threat to their company.
Oh yeah, their big new product that's coming out, that's on the list to be inspected, is called the Siege Killer. And what this is basically a bunch of orbitally launched small pocket nukes that go in a broad circle around a target of a place, for example, being sieged, to take out all the individuals around it and irradiate the area for approximately 3,700 years after that.
Of course.
Of course. So yes, that's the next big thing, Siege Killer.
Okay, I'm going to... Do I think that the from my like understanding of like do I think it would be more difficult or less difficult to get a hand of sensitive information while trying to access it from this room?
That is a good question. I don't think that, like, security-wise, they are... Once someone is in here, theoretically, they're okay. So I'm going to say their guard is about as high here as anywhere else. It would be lower if you were already in the actual facility, like we're like, like the actual research area where like, you literally have to be guided in by a actual employee with, have a badge, all the 9 yards to get in. Then they lessen that security to make people able to do their jobs. It's more like keeping people out of that area. So yes, it'd be harder here, but easier once you get in, if you get in.
Okay.
Excellent. Is Draken doing anything with his since the signal has been given?
Well, the signal given. Wait a minute, and then waiting for an opportune moment to basically, be the most annoying interruption, and will loudly say, "Where is washroom? Robin is requiring washroom."
And that's like the first time they've heard you speak. So like it's so forceful and like dangerous sounding that they actually give a little hop. They're not meant to be dealing with people like you. That's what other people are for.
I'll like point to one. You know what a washroom is? No. You. But nobody here uses washroom. It's all robots.
Yeah. The main guy is like, he kind of gestures to the yes man, who kind of pops over towards you. Oh, this way, sir. We'll lead you to where you need to be, the washroom. And he kind of like tries to. He puts his like little tiny hand on your shoulder. It's like dwarfed by that shoulder of yours. This little tiny person of a man compared to you. And as he kind of tries to guide you out towards the washroom.
Okay, so then like it's just kind of out the hallway and down a little bit or some such.
Yeah, down on the left. Turn a right. Yeah, you're in the right place.
Thank you. You may return. Your service is no longer required.
Like, you do know how to use the seashells, right?
2 seashells, yes.
Yeah, and then he kind of like gets away. He's only too happy to get away from the big scary man with the sunglasses and the redundant, communications thing.
So I have been left in the bathroom completely unattended.
Yes, that's generally how they like it.
And there's nobody waiting outside either, huh?
No, there isn't. They hate themselves for that in the morning.
Completely unsupervised, and while this is terrifying for Scott, the possibilities are endless.
Endless, indeed.
So, I guess I'm going to engage in some kind of master plan here revolving around three main parts. The first one is whether or not I can access the vent system from here. You know,
I was about to say,
in the...
no, we figured out number 1 and number 2. What's the third part? Get it?
No, if I can access the air ducts and crawl around like one of those little commando guys on Bat TV.
Sure, absolutely. It's a little snug, but someone who's sneaky could probably get through there.
Yeah, and so to at least get out of the bathroom, if not, back to the room, but definitely in there. And part number 2 is to get a wastebasket or something, or even just pile something up in a sink or something, but have it off the ground, whatever, pile it full, like paper towels, toilet paper, whatever, and light it on fire. Part number 3 is to...
Wait, the third part? You need a third part?
Yes, I do. Part number 3 is to drop a mini grenade in the toilet, set to go off in about 5 seconds. Oh, I'll toss it in one of the toilets just as I close up the vents behind me. So, what cherry bombs are supposed to do to plumbing systems, I'm doing something like, a half-size grenade in there, as well as, set fire that's probably going to stop the sprinklers, and then I'm going to crawl away in this vent and wait for this all to go off behind me.
Oh my
I
goodness.
expect the toilet will shatter and start spraying water everywhere, at least in this stall. So water shouldn't spray out and affect the fire I set on the other end of the bathroom, but it will flood. And then the fire will set up sprinklers, which will then spray even more water, which will add to the flooding, but also the combination of two should definitely set off alarm to the whole damn building.
So that's the plan. So let's check out the roll. So let's see. This is definitely shock. This is all physical world type stuff, which you have a 10, I believe.
Well, I think at this point, Scott's pretty shocked.
And you're sneaky. That's part of this, as you're going through the vents, is part of the plan. So we'll say that's a +5, so 15. No one is available to help you. Do you want to... You could technically... Well, I don't think your advantage is quite coming into play yet. Your preparedness, I should say.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is more trying to get everybody out of their place rather than about, actually knowing it and using it. So... But I suppose I can do 15.
All right, let's see.
All right. And that's a 4.
It's a 4. All right, so that all happens. You're going over, like, you've just gotten past, like, the siege killer. Jonathan's watching. He says, I would bet money Jason has a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook somewhere. Odds are fair.
I saw that. That's great.
I've actually never had a paper copy of that.
He didn't say no. Please notice the subtle note.
But I have had several paper copies of the Principia Discordia, so make of that what you will.
Oh my. Too much information. Now you're now wanted or by somebody. I don't know. But so all that happens. There's like... So you guys are in the conference room. They just got done with the siege killer. They got some other cool name stuff, which I didn't even think about, really. The Baller Master, which is like some like cybernetic exoskeleton with grippers. Well, imagine what that does. Stuff like that. And the guy is like, and you'll find that, the purported biological weapons we were producing that is completely a fabrication of the media. We did indeed neutralize some for another company, but we do not in any way, shape, or form own, produce, or all of a sudden you just feel like the shudder through the building. The guy who's hooked into the building actually kind of like stumbles and braces himself against your main guy here. And it's like his eye is just closed really hard. He squints, blinks. You can kind of see like all these, AR things going in front of his eyes, warnings, notices, alarms. And there's actually like a red light is now blinking outside. Everything's dark outside to kind of show that there's emergency lighting, which is also all in red outside. Like, oh my God, what's going on? And the guy to his left, security breach, and he just like falls over. He's like, you can tell, especially Anisha, who is more familiar with the cyber side of things, can tell that he was totally rigged into this building and was overwhelmed by the damage done to it. It's like this, yeah. So he's down.
Can I attempt to like run over to him in a way that makes it look like I'm just worried and like seeing to him, but actually try to like physically connect into him to like allow myself access?
Oh yeah, you can try. That's Anisha. That's the plan.
Exactly. Yes.
Let's see how your roll does. So
you're not gonna hack the system. You're gonna hack the person.
I mean, if he's already connected, then I can just like skip by any firewalls and just get right in there. This is just efficient.
It's just efficient.
She's just got a hand over his mouth going, shh.
Yeah.
I'm just hacking you. Shh.
All right, that's definitely tech. Let's see here. So let's see your Seeker. I'm inclined to say that still is like your area. You're not a hacker, but then again, you're not really hacking anything. You're gathering information. So let's call it, Seeker seems relevant here. So let's add 5 onto that. I don't think your preparedness really does anything yet. There's nothing encrypted on him.
No. I think I was thinking of using that when I get the information to like, or like when I'm actually in the system to like get further in or something.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So let's do the thing. It's a 15 for you down?
15. So, yep, hoping for the best.
All right.
4.
Fingers crossed. Survey says.
It's rolling. It's just taking a bit of time.
I see a 5.
You see a 5?
Yep.
I don't see
5.
anything yet.
Okay, I don't see anything yet either.
Last roll, 5.
What's wrong with you? Roll with me.
I don't know. I also can't see anything.
Just reload the page because it'll be that even after a reload. So
yeah.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah, it was a 5. Great. Okay.
Cool. All right, you did it.
Yep. This poor man.
This poor man he's just been totally mentally devastated, and now he's being like extracted. Stuff's being extracted from his very cortex, the silicon and the flesh one. So what are you hoping to get from him? What are you looking for him?
Yeah, I'm trying to if I can both get into the system and turn off the cameras, I'll do that. If I can only do one of those, I'll firstly turn off the cameras. Like I'll do that.
Gotcha. Now, are you trying to get information, or are you actually taking control of the place? That type of thing, or you're hacking him, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm. My idea was that this would just let me I'm connected to the system now. I went through an admin control, an admin account, and now I'm like tethered to that in a way, so I don't have to get it from the outside.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that sounds that sounds reasonable. Yeah, so you definitely so you all of a sudden, like, the lights on the cameras that show that it's active and whatnot. The lights go out. Hey, look, I'm the admin now.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't totally take. Yeah, so the cameras go off. The guy is like he's just upset that, like, the assistant to whoever the hell this is now. I'm losing track of all the names and the personas. The executive the inspector that they're encountering, his very assistant has to help out one of his people, is just embarrassing.
Okay, fantastic.
Florida is going to smash his fist down on the table, but his face still just stays like the same. And he's just
stoic.
Gentlemen, this does not bear well for your inspection. It appears you do not have control over your own weapons. It might do you some good to go check to see what's going on. I mean, what's next? Some kind of cyber attack?
Foreshadowing. So yes. Yeah, so he is just flabbergasted. This does not happen. In his many weeks of doing this job, nothing has ever gone this south. It's just, given the basic show them up to their room, give them whatever they want. They don't even see the facilities, or at least take a quick glance, and leave with a positive grade on the inspection, and all is right in the world. And they probably have some blackmail stuff. Like, as you're, as you can see, like, him running out, he runs into this guy, who looks like a room attendant. Has that look about him, and he's running into him, and the exec that was kind of with you, he takes this towel out of his hand and shakes it up and throws it to the ground, and you can hear, "Not now!" And the guy runs away just in terror. You guys are left alone in the room for now, the two of you. Well, the three of you, actually. The other guy is, like, comatose at this point. The other corp rigger, basically. The three of you are now alone in the room. What are you going to do with that?
Do I know if like... I feel like I should do something to help this poor man on the floor. I considered walking over and grabbing some caviar, but I've decided that I'm going to help this man on the floor. Would it worsen or better his position if I were to, like, unplug him from this thing that is massively overloading him? Or would the shock of being removed from that to his system be worse?
Yeah, with your knowledge, you would say that it's kind of like, in real life, if a person gets stabbed, don't pull out the knife. Let the doctors do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is kind of the same thing. It's like, you just pulling it out would just, disconnecting him, it would just fry everything he's got. Yeah. So if you wanted to murder him, that's probably the best way. It will create an insta-kill here. Good question.
Okay, so so the cameras are off. From the connection I have now, will I be able to get to the like information I'm trying to get at, or do I need to get into the other building in order to, like, better be able to get to
it's all
information?
Yeah, everything is all in this building. So if you want to try to now it's hacking potentially. If you want to do that, which technically is not under your seeker heading. So
no,
really take a little bit of risk.
Yeah, no, I'm I will be able to get the +5 from the backup, or like from the investigative work,
the preparation,
before, right?
Yep. Yeah, you by decrypting and all that good stuff, definitely. So yeah, if you want to look for that right away, are you communicating this to Florida?
Yes. Florida, where do you need to go now?
Florida's gonna pull out his comm and message the inside man.
He's like, when you activate it, I'm assuming it's like it's kind of to the room is now hearing this, and everyone in the room, well, the two of you, the other one is completely out. They hear, "Oh my God! I just felt the whole building shake, and now we're under red alert lockdown. What in the hell do you do?"
Sorry about that. One of my associates had well, you could say an explosive digestive moment.
Oh my God. That sounds terrifying as hell.
That's worse than what
Wow. I was not going to go there.
I knew it was going to be an explosive diarrhea reference.
I suppose I did not see it coming, I gotta admit. So
I was thinking of like an accident or like something in the bathroom or something, but you immediately went to digestion.
Florida also adds, I told him we should avoid taco night, but he just would not stay away from him.
who can avoid taco night? So the guy's like, okay, so tell me, I need the key so I can get out of here when the time is right. Can you get it to me?
Of course we can. I'll get to work on that right now on my end. Now I just need you to get me the goods.
There are no goods. You're getting me out of here. You're giving me the key I need to get out of here, and that's the job. That's what you're paid for.
Oh, so
are you that whacked
goods.
out?
All right, hold on. We're going to come pick up the package right now.
Drop off the package. Give me the key. I'll get myself out of here. You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
It's going to be a no can do. If I have to, I'll have Mr. Drabin knock you out.
Can you please just tell me what key this is?
I mean, I can appear as needed wherever needed. Look suitably menacing. Maybe give a smile with too many teeth showing.
Jeez. He's like, I'm at the 68th floor arcology level.
Okay. And you need the key to what?
I need the pass key that gets me on the glider that gets me out of here. Glider,
Super.
I'm assuming. I'm just making that shit up as I go here. Glider is, I'm assuming, is some kind of like lightweight, air shuttle type of thing. I just made up lingo. So basically, yeah, that's planned. He gets the key. He inputs the key into the thing auto takes him out of there and safely, and etc. Thus he exfiltrates.
Okay, I'm going to try to acquire this key.
Well, actually, you have it. That's something that Florida has.
Oh,
okay.
Ornithopter.
Now here's the thing. Florida's going to cover the comm real quick.
Oh no,
Anisha, we gotta make sure he doesn't know that this is just going to take him to a place where we can pick him up. It's not really going to take him far.
Okay.
We're going to have to. I thought it was a package we were going to pick up, and they told me that the package cannot leave my site, and we have to make sure it's delivered. And I guess since he's the package, he ain't leaving my site. So
we got to get to the 68th floor.
So what I'm going to do is time for me to call Mr. Drive-In, and I'm going to have him deliver this, and we are going to head on out. It's time for us to make a little skedaddle.
Oh my!
We got to make a leaf and tree.
I'm going to be looking for the sensitive information while this is being communicated. I'm just you're figuring this out. Let me just get my extra
exactly
my extra mission done.
All right. Cool. So that definitely use your preparedness of like getting the encryption codes, etc. So yeah, go ahead and roll your tech, and you're prepared. So that's +5. So what? 15? Yes.
Yep. 1d20. Roll. 2.
Oh my god, it's a 2.
Oh,
Almost a critical.
really did it.
There are no criticals.
it's beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah. So suddenly it's like you. Anisha it's almost like you had the encryption code you had was kind of like what's called like a cornerstone encryption. Like it's what holds all the others together. So you kind of feed this into the data store you're kind of rating it right now, and it hits it, and suddenly it's like everything just falls apart in terms of data. It's like way more than you expected.
Okay.
And it actually potentially could like in fact it will, if you don't stop it, it'll like fill up all of your own personal data store in your implant. So it's basically going to load itself up with information until it can't hold anymore. And you're seeing the whole man-eater and the siege killer, and any number of other projects, blackmail on the last inspector that came in. It just rolls and rolls and rolls. It's like the Rolodex of wonder for Anisha. So yes, that's all yours.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to apply a filter or something if I have something like that to like try to fish out it. And this is happening automatically, so I might lose some important things. But like to like try to secure like some space, like to get the most important things. So like blackmail on like people that I have like standby missions on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and anything about like the biological weapons, I'm 100% like that's the high priority. Find me that shit and give it to me.
Nice.
And like the things that seem to be the most like important sellers for them. So that I can blackmail the company. I can like put them out of business if I just like release all of the blueprints to everything they make. That is my highest priority. Like things to get in.
Yes, pay data indeed. Yeah, you have all that. That's awesome. Yeah, I love this. I love the standby missions too. That makes all the sense in the world for somebody like Anisha.
Okay, has Mr. Draven made it back to us yet?
Has he?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I was just gonna crawl through the vents and like in the room or whatever, kind of drop in. I was aiming to go back to the negotiating room, as I expected. Things would be fun there. So yeah, like as needed, I could show up there, or I could just show up anywhere else. Really, I don't know. Crawling around in your vents kind of sus.
A little bit.
All right, because now it's time for the super secret mission for Draven.
Oh god, there's more.
How
did I not see this coming?
I need to give you this key. Now, do you know how to do one of them judo chops to knock someone out?
I have ways of making people not talk.
Okay. Now, because I guess I made a blunder, our package is actually a person. I thought we were just going to be putting a box in the shuttle and just send that off, but I was wrong, and we need to make sure that he gets to the place. So I want you, when you give him the key, you're going to follow behind him, and when he gets to the shuttle, you're going to give him one of them judo choppies right in the back of his neck and knock him out.
There's someone in the South who's penning a complaint letter right now about this accent.
You blunder? I did not expect. I'm very surprised at blunder.
And also, and then, can you like tie him up make sure he don't move around or anything. Just make sure he's all tied up. And then send him away in the shuttle with the key. It's all got the directions and put it in them. And then all you gotta do is run away. That's my last mission for you, Miss Driving.
You want me to give key to a man and then knock a man out and then put him on shuttle that he was already going for?
Yes, but who says that he'll actually fulfill his end of the bargain with our circle? So this is just a little to make sure that he fulfills his end of the bargain.
And for expedience's sake, we'll say that this key is a data key that can be transmitted from one of you to the next via your communications array. Also, so if Trout wants, he can go to the 68th floor through the vents.
Yes. On 60th floor, that is ways down, but it's no concern. Are you sure you and Weakling will be okay without me?
Surprising, Miss Driving, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought we were going to need your muscle for this, but apparently these men are more stupider than I would have ever believed.
If you think they are stupid, then that is very impressively saying something.
Holy shit. God damn. We need the umbrella sale to come out because there's shade all over the place here.
Mr. Driving, you get it. You get me right away. You understand. This is why I have so much respect for you.
There are no more blunders. You are sure other woman is safe? She has very dangerous razor tongue, but she folds like paper. But if you're sure, I will do
Anisha, and he's actually going to think that Anisha killed the guy. Well, apparently she has a higher kill count than you on this mission.
You have some no kill person, and then you go and let other person kill person. Then you even ask Robin to accompany you. What kind of American shitball is this?
Click.
Nisha was just entirely focused on her work.
And then, and then you click and you hang up, and then it's a bit distinct. You can hear through the air vents the sound of the most epic fart you have ever heard.
Oh my god. Not that. You're stuck in there, man. You're stuck in there.
Oh, well. And then I am going to make my way to the elevators to get back down to 60th floor, because that's almost 40 floors down. That'll take a long time otherwise.
True story.
Javin, I'll be able to send the elevator down for you. Don't worry. Just get to it.
Yes. 68th floor, for the record. I don't want to get getting all mixed up. But yes. Yeah, so the are you kind of coming through the vents into like the elevator, and then that's when you give the high sign, and Anisha sends the elevator wherever you need, i.e. the 68th floor. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, I can hang out on top of the elevator while it goes down.
Excellent. Well, that happens. I'm not even going to make a roll for this. This is pretty cool. So, so it's like a Mission Impossible 1, the best of them all, without, the guy on top of the elevator being murdered, probably. We don't know actually for sure, but... So, yeah, yes. You didn't realize how quickly this thing moved until you were on top of it, riding it down, and like it goes so fast you actually have to hold on, or else you fall slower than this thing is going. Your terminal velocity is not quite that fast. But yeah, you kind of hold on, and suddenly you stops, and you can. Are you going to enter the elevator, go the vents again, and try to locate this dude, or what's your plan?
You know what? Yeah, there's nobody in there. Well, I guess the elevator doors are going to open, and am I able to see anybody through them? Through the access, whatever, up here. I'm still on top of the elevator. I'm just gonna make sure, it's the coast clear when it opens.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead. Could probably check through the cameras if I have access to them, which you might do.
Yeah, we've already established that you have control over them. So,
yeah.
Anisha,
so
you'll
people
see.
Evacuated, or
Yeah. So Anisha, when you look kind of through the AR overlay of the cameras, you see on that floor again. It's an arcology level, which means this is living quarters. So you see people walking around in relaxing cotton kimonos and stuff like that. Relaxed gear and kind of going about daily lives. People are carting meals back and forth here and there, or socializing and whatnot. There is one very worried guy by the door. And if Florida has communicated what the target looks like, that's the guy.
Oh, of course, Florida would communicate what he looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very freaked out right now.
Yeah, I think I would just be giving this information to Javin while he's on his or when he's down there.
All right. Oh, then I guess that's perfect time to just poke my head down through the roof access and go. You get in the elevator now.
At first, he's like, "That's not right." As he kind of sees this guy ordering him from the open top of the elevator, but then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I'm trying to escape." So I suppose, yeah, okay, now it makes sense. He gets in. Doors close behind him. You have the key.
Yes, I have key, but Anisha, take us to floor without people.
Roger that, and I take them to the floor without people.
We'll call it. It'll be like floor 75, just above the arcology, like a storage area. Storage/transport, like where they bring in the goods. And this is such a tall building, you have to have input of goods and output. So actually, there would be the gliders here, delivery vehicles and whatnot.
Hop down into the elevator proper and go. Good. You are Mr. Package. Excellent.
My name is Schwartz. Not Package.
Well, then I can see your Schwartz is not as big as mine, but never mind. So,
oh my, we had to go over the Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs, the RPG reference. But okay. So, what is it you are intending to do and need key for?
It's like I need to get the key into the glider that's going to get me the hell out of here so I can defect to the other company. What have you been paid for?
We have shuttle for getting you out of here. Unlike glider, shuttle does not produce holes when shoot at it.
They're going to shoot at me? This is supposed to be a quick in and out. I'm supposed to just get the key slotted in there and I'm gone, safe and sound. What are you talking about? I want off this ride.
Unfortunately,
the doors open up. The doors open up, and now he's like reeling away from you, like you're Jason out of Friday the 13th.
Unfortunately, Comrade is not entirely thinking through, and has been change of plans, and also toilet explode.
Explode. His eyes are now huge with horror. This is not a fighter, but you can tell he's ready for some kind of something. He'll hit you with a stapler if he needs to, if there's such a thing.
But there has been change of plan, but it's very, very minor. It's just come with me if you want to live.
Oh my god. We're doing all the movies tonight, huh? All right. So, yeah, go ahead and let's see if you can convince him. This is a shock roll. You're trying to social interact with him. Let's see. Yeah, so shock and let's see here. Hitter. Yeah, I mean you're intimidating, so yeah, you're a hitter. So, yeah, I think you're at a 15, yeah?
Alrighty. Well, that's a 5.
All right. Yeah, he's just like, just please don't kill me. Just please don't kill me. I'll go wherever you want. Just please don't kill me.
No.
And you can see he's trying to formulate some reason why you shouldn't, but coming up really short because he's probably a jerkwad and a horrible person.
My job here is make sure you are no kill. If you kill, I don't get paid, and that is bad. If you not kill, I get paid, and that is good, and we are both happy.
Well, let's get on with this then, because the lockdown is continuing, and if we don't get out of here one way or another soon, they might lock down this level too.
All right. Then I will proceed to lead him directly to the shuttle, just like Florida wants.
Oh my. Does that mean also karate chopping him in the back of the head? Or are you just are you getting in there with him? Or what are you doing to ensure that he stays put once he's in?
Yeah, I don't think I need to judo chop him in the back of the neck. Rendering people unconscious is very, very bad for them. But what I can do is, once he's in there, is that I can use zip ties to cuff his hands and feet.
He'll going along with that last roll, he will continue to submit and just take his fate, because the worst fate would be to get caught at this point and be taken back and be labeled a traitor and go under interrogation and then die under interrogation and et cetera, et cetera. So it's looking better for him even being zip tied, that's a bad day. When zip tie is a positive.
It's probably been over 100 years and we still have not come up with a better solution than zip ties. They're just so perfect. We cannot improve them any further.
And I guess I'll duct tape his mouth.
Okay, yeah, duct tape. You had to bring that up too.
Yeah, understand. I am doing these things as safety precaution. It may be confused, but with no hands and no feet and no talk, it increases your survival.
He's like,
You can take me on this, because if you make noise and you're not around, you attract attention, and then there are guns going off and nobody happy.
He's totally down with the not getting guns shot at him. So yes, he's good. He'll lay there quiet. So do you hit the code and then send the thing off?
Yeah, and I'll be like, and in case you encounter any problem, just remember, you can threaten them with this. And then I'll basically put a little tiny folding pen knife next to him. You know, the one that's got like a blade that's like an inch long. And like, you use this in case anybody accosts you, and they will think twice. Duh? Excellent!
Yeah, the ship pulls away, and there's this look of renewed horror in his eyes. Is like, this is my best defense, is this little pen knife. Yes, though we found that they're quite dangerous, yes.
Yes, pen knives are very dangerous. And so, yes, the shuttle's been sent off with him secured inside. I will remain in the building, and I guess work my way back up to wherever Anisha is.
Yeah, Anisha and Florida are still on the 98th.
Yep, it's time for us to get out of here. And I can't believe you killed that man.
Me?
You are cold-blooded, Miss Anisha. I can't even.
Oh, okay, it was. I don't believe I've killed anyone. Never mind. Well, let's just get to the elevator. Let's just get to the elevator.
From Florida's point of view, you totally murdered that guy, and then Anisha comes back with, "I'm here to tell you, I didn't kill anyone. Do you understand?" It sounds even that much more menacing. It's like, holy shit, fine, you didn't kill the guy. Please, you're bloodthirsty. God damn. Please don't hurt me. Don't touch the face.
Your bloodlust must know no bounds. Quick.
Yes,
We're almost done.
Just move to the elevator, and I'll make it go down to the ground floor. I also start walking towards the elevator on this floor.
Yeah. So as you guys all enter the elevator and the doors are closing, you see that exec who is helping you. He's like, "Sir, I hope this doesn't look bad on our inspection." And then the doors close. And all right. So yes, let's jump ahead to you've got out of the building. They're not going to execute an inspector, and they can still potentially get a pass out of this. So yeah, you basically walk out of there just the way you walked in, to the confusion of the guards. They don't remember seeing Florida's character, but they're going out, so nobody really cares at this point. Let's jump ahead to meeting the package where the shuttle's actually gone to, and then that'll be our last scene to make it good. Don't all talk at once. Where did it go to? I'm thinking like an abandoned, like high rise warehouse. Again, everything is high in the cyberpunk future. 100 stories isn't anything. So yeah, you're still probably on only the 80th floor of this storage complex. It's been mostly abandoned, and by the time you get there, the guy's desperately trying to cut the zip ties off with the penknife. How the hell did he get a penknife? You think to yourself, who would give someone a penknife who's held in place by zip ties? Goes to your head.
Yeah, very good zip ties, and it's a very, very dull penknife.
So yes, there he is, laying on the shuttle as you guys get there.
All right, good man. Oh, wait, how the hell did you? Are you magic? Now, before we go on about your funny little magic knife there, I need you to stop it, because he's gonna grab his head. We're gonna need the contents of your brain, it seems. And now you can either come along willingly, or we cut off your head and we send that to get the data out of your head. The choice is yours.
You can see he's trying to talk, but the duct tape is holding his lips shut.
I take off the duct tape.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop.
There's no easy way to take that sucker out. You ripped off some skin.
Oh no, I rip it off.
Yeah, totally. He's like, "I was looking to take a vacation anyway. Please just don't kill me."
Oh, fantastic.
Now, you see, that is great, but I'm going to need you to replace words of like vacation with torture and pain and interrogation.
Wait.
But at least you're going to live.
What? No, I'm flipping. I'm completely voluntarily. This is. I'm giving up secrets. I'm totally done with this. I'm making more money where I'm going. It's gonna be okay. You don't have to interrogate me at all.
Well, you see, the problem is that yes, you defected, but that's also the problem. We gotta make sure we can trust what you say, and the best way for that is, "Oh, Billy."
Oh my god.
Just some big old dude with a leather mask.
Oh my god. And as as the camera zooms in on Billy's face, and you can somehow see through the leather and see a big smile up here underneath, we fade to black and pixel out, and thus is ended the run. And you get paid, by the way. So good job.
I think what I got from there is way more valuable than the payment anyway.
I think that Robin stole one of those nukes.
It's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible.
See his weapon, no? Would
Yes,
have also,
give a penknife, take a nuke.
would have also
Cool.
picked up, any interesting guns that were laying around from distracting people or what's not. Whatever happens to look valuable.
So my
Robin's black suit has pockets.
my regret of this session was I wasn't able to kind of lure you all in the situations out of your specialty, where like you weren't having the 75% chance of successes, and see if we could get you to sell out or actually use your credit or that kind of thing. So that would have been fun, but I couldn't quite put you there, and you didn't put yourself there. So good job. We didn't get to say no. The odds were not overwhelming against you because we actually had a decent plan for all said and done. So good job. And good timing, because we were almost at the end of our 3 hours of session. Y'all did really great. Danielle, it's awesome to have you for the first time on Scott's Case Files. Congratulations, you made it.
Thank
Yourself on the
you.
back. I want you back for more. You're awesome. I think everybody else can agree with that too.
And we did not actually murder anybody this time.
Yeah, that's literally unheard of.
That was
Accidental death.
amazing.
An accidental.
That is kind of unusual, except with Brian, that is absolutely like jaw-droppingly amazing. Because
He's turning over a new leaf.
Brian's characters tend to like to murder people, in place of breathing.
Yeah, I also think depending on how Anisha uses the information she's gotten, we could potentially save more lives than we took, which is also pretty impressive.
Yeah, and again, I can see how that would turn into the next adventure. Now Anisha is hiring Florida and Draven, that type of thing. So that's pretty cool. So, any commentary on Jonathan's watching? And I think as a creator, we're always looking for constructive criticism or whatever. What did you guys like best about the system? What did you want that wasn't there? It is a 2-page game, so it's not in any way, shape, or form meant to be all encompassing. And I think that's kind of cool because we got to create the world and the things and everything as we went along. So it gave us the ability to do that. And we didn't have to keep a whole lot of stats and all that kind of good stuff, which I'm not a crunch person. I'm more of a less stats, the better, generally speaking, Powered by the Apocalypse type stuff. So yeah, is anything right off that you really loved or you would love to see in the second edition or whatever?
I really appreciated how everything was able to stay open. That there's no really set rails on how to do things, so this lends way more for role playing. Anything that allows me to truly role play makes me even happier. And that's why I was like, oh my god, I can actually make a cyberpunk bard. We're doing this. And that's what I went for, was a cyberpunk bard. And this system allowed me to make that.
Yes, I'm not sure if you can see him on the stream. He's also feel free to message him with any comments you have later on, or would rather send privately.
I think the one thing that I noted myself during character creation was that as a character, I quite wanted to have a relatively high shock because I wanted to be able to talk to people. But because shock includes both like your physical prowess and your ability to like be charismatic, I felt like I didn't get the weakness that I normally get, which is not being able to fight. and that in the system, I would be able to fight as well. And so I feel like that made it like more difficult to have like a situation I would be really like unprepared for. Yeah.
That would definitely fit the paradigm of lasers and feelings better in that sense then. If you're familiar with that game.
I've heard of it, I haven't played it.
Yeah, you have two stats. Lasers, which is like technical and aggression and logic stuff, and then feelings, which is all about your social stuff, intuition and emotion. And so, it would work better in that way, because if one's high, then the other's low.
Yeah.
So
No, but other than that, I found the game really fun and easy to pick up, as especially I don't have a lot of experience playing in like cyberpunk settings. And the fact that this was so simple made it a lot easier to just jump in.
Yeah, and that's so important. That is so, especially again, and whether you're a beginner to role playing games at all, and like there's some systems that I can imagine. I want to get into role playing. I want to get into role playing, and they look at the game and they're like, this is way too complicated. I'm just going to pick a different hobby. And it's also easy, like you're saying, easy to pick up, easy to get started, easy to do the thing. We did character creation in 15 minutes. We were already rolling with ideas as to what's going on and everything. We created a whole cyberpunk world here together, the four of us, and the game allowed us to do that. So I really liked it. So I would hesitate to run this as a campaign. Only because, and again, I'm big on campaigns. I love running campaigns. And the only reason, of course, is because there is no, character development, and there's not supposed to be, that kind of thing. So this is definitely a great one shot, and, or a 1 or 2 shot, maybe, I think would this be best for?
I could see it being a few shot, but not even like, your regular 10.
Right. Yeah. And that's what, people are looking for that too. It's like, hey, I don't want to run 10 things. I have a couple sessions with buddies of mine, and this is just perfect. I would recommend Technoshock to those people.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I have a group of friends that are that really want to get into role playing. But most games that I'm familiar with are like, you need like a big physical book and like a lot of background information to like get into it. And I think that this would be a really great choice to like get them more comfortable with role playing and figure out what they like to do before committing to like a big task.
Right. And it definitely gets them like on the role playing side again. It's like there's not a whole lot of stuff to worry about. So here's what we're doing. We're role playing. That's kind of the goal. The whole hobby is to do the role playing. Everything else just facilitates and makes it interesting and dangerous, which is cool. Mm. But if you get to focus on the role playing, especially as a beginner, all the better. So that's really cool.
So for me, my biggest pinch point in that is that ultimately the system is very binary, it's very pass-fail, and I suppose I have been spoiled or maybe ruined by PBTA and Blades in the Dark in getting those partials, right? Mm. It's where, if you for anyone not familiar with those, it's where you can roll, and either you have a good roll and you do the thing, or bad roll, you don't do the thing and something happens, or a mixed roll where you do the thing, but also something bad happens. And those would be a lot more interesting, I feel, especially because like we just had a clean run of rolls. Even if we weren't getting those +5s from our whatever, most of our rolls were like 6 and under anyways.
High chance. I'm going to have a talk with this rolling dice company here, or whatever this is here. Roll with me. It's very stilted.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like,
I see what you're saying, though. I'm just joking around.
Oh, yeah.
But,
all
right.
There was only a single roll higher than a 7 all game.
Yeah,
you guys are just that good. Yeah, that was the one. That was the one that failed.
Yeah, it was a single 16, but I mean, like a 7, even a 7 would have passed. Like, would have only failed if I was rolling for tech, and and for a face there, like it's also just a tech, and the only would have failed on a no. So like even if everything's 7 or lower, 2 out of 3 abilities are still going to pass for like all of us. Like it's the RNG is kind of rough, but and so I guess not as much. We pulled off ridiculous bullshit, but we didn't suffer any ridiculous bullshit.
Well, then that's also fun. I get you.
And I play these games to make my players suffer, and also so I can suffer.
Write that down if you're thinking of gaming with Jason. So on that note, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to respect our time, and we're about to hit our 3-hour mark. So again, this is a game by Jonathan Swadley, and it's called Technoshock, and it's available on itch.io. And it's a 2-page game, and again, it's, as we've been talking about, it's easy to get into, easy to figure out, easy to play. It handles some heavy lifting for you, makes it interesting. So definitely check it out. So this is our one shot on that. I'm happy to help out Jonathan, who is not only playing my Dune campaign, but is also a person in my Discord who has been, all around, and we're happy to help out, friends and etc. in the Discord. So this is for you, Jonathan. So let's say goodbye to our players who are also awesome. Let's go Jason. Thank you so much for participating in this. That's awesome of you.
Dravin accomplished job. Dravin got paid. He's good there.
Yeah, and a better Russian accent than mine. I'm going to use yours as a reference, because mine is just insulting to all Russian people, period. It's embarrassing, but that's the way you go. So awesome. Brian, again, thank you so much. It's so good to see your face again, and I'm glad you were able to help out Jonathan and do a one shot of this.
Oh no, thank you so much for having me again. It felt good to be back.
Awesome. Since you're here, where can we find you if we're looking for you?
All right, now, if anyone has any free time on Saturdays and Sundays, you can find me on Twitch at Nerdy Cephalopod. Saturdays, it's Nerdy Dirty Media, our podcast, my podcast with my group. We're going to be talking about cartoons this Saturday, and on Sundays, it's actually my Outbreak Undead campaign that I'm actually GMing. It's called "This Is Supposed to Be a Good Day."
Spoiler alert! It's not. Awesome. And last but not least, Danielle, who is this is her first time playing with us, and she was just awesome to the nth degree, and definitely want to have her back. You've passed. You've now opened the sluice gates to all other role playing in Scott's Case Files. So good job.
Thank you. It was very fun to be able to play finally, and I hope I don't die too much from when I send this to my friends and they all make comments about my.
You're one of the stars of the show. Awesome. No, you're awesome. You're great. So, can we find you anywhere? I didn't think to ask. Are you out there in social media land at all?
I am. I don't think I have many public channels at the moment. Maybe in the future.
That's okay. We don't want any Danielle stalkers either. I don't want to lead anybody to your door.
Not really anything. I mean, you can vote me into Parliament hopefully soon, or as a substitute into Parliament. But other than that, I'm pretty.
Absolutely.
If you're Norwegian.
I'm on that. I'm totally on that. So yes. So thank you all for coming. You're great. You're awesome. Thank you again. I like to think that we're here to help out other Discord people from Scott's Case Files, and it was just fun to play this. And you guys are all awesome for taking the time to do that. And I think we had a good time. I had a great time. So
I had an amazing time.
Yes. And on that note, I'm Scott's Case Files. If you're watching this on Twitch, think of following or subscribing, doing all this stuff all over the place. Check out the schedule. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put this on YouTube for future reference. You can see all that stuff in the description below. And I hope you had as great time as I did. Yeah, go forth, do no harm. Don't be like Danielle, who, murders dudes with electricity and stuff. And we'll see you again soon. And then, until then, take care. Bye for now.